Good morning. How is everybody today? I'd like to conduct an experiment with you. I'm sure that all of you have had this kind of an experience where you walk into a convenience store or something where you're getting, purchasing something, whether it be food or whatever, and you've had an experience where people look at you and they go, "Hi, how are you?" And you have that common courtesy response, "Oh, I'm good, how are you?" And they go, "Same thing, I'm good." I want to conduct an experiment with you, a truth experiment. My response to "Hi, how are you?" or "How are you doing today?" when I get asked that at a diesel desk or by a waitress or server, cashier, isn't any of those things. It's, "I never have a bad day." You want to know what happens when I say that? The response that I get is this: "Really? What's your secret?" Or "That's a great attitude." And the one that I get that's overwhelmingly the majority of the time is, "How do you do that?" You know what my response to that is? It's, "You don't want to know." And inevitably, they always tell me, "Yes, I do. I want to know your secret. I want to be able to have a good day every day." That's when I look at them and I tell them a very simple fact. And again, I give them 3 opportunities. Trust me, you don't want to know. It'll ruin your day. "Oh, no. And obviously they think they know better, because how could something that's that good, where a guy never has a bad day, ruin my day? Here's my story. I always look at them and I say, look at your 16-year-old child in a casket. You'll discover something when you do that. Life ain't that hard. Life isn't hard, people. It's the decisions and choices that we make that make it hard. There's only 2 reasons that we have drama in our lives. We either invite it or we create it. There are certain things that are out of our control, like my son. Losing Zachary 6 years ago plus almost destroyed me, and it sent me into a downward spiral that I pray to God none of you ever come to grips with or have to face. But I learned something the day I looked at my boy in a casket. Life ain't hard, folks. We make it hard. It's that simple. You know what happens when I tell that to the person who's providing the service, cashier, server? They inevitably do the same thing. "I'm so sorry." Don't be. Zachary made a choice that I do not understand, and I cannot ever comprehend, nor will ever understand. But it was his choice to make. Now it's my responsibility to use that to inspire others, not to make that same choice. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a very simple person in a very complicated way. Yes, I know that is a paradox. To many of you, I'm an anachronism. To some, I'm an enigma. But what I am is a father who lost his son. And I know the pain and the agony and the tears of burying a child. Something no parent should ever have to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you are having a bad day and you go into a truck stop or a convenience store or a restaurant, keep in mind that you don't know what the person behind that smile or behind that counter is really dealing with. And they don't know what you're dealing with. You're on neutral ground. You don't know each other. But maybe something you say will help that person's day get better. And maybe something they say will help yours get better. Because invariably, whenever I leave the presence of an individual who I've answered that question for, I leave them with hurt, but I also leave them with hope. Ladies and gentlemen, do us all a favor. Be somebody's miracle today. This is Toby Bogard. Remember, let go and let God. Thanks, everybody.